Weeks is struggling with the third, possibly on the way. We're going to break down today where the Bears defense and offense rank amongst the NFL. We're also going to talk about and ask the question, should Poles have invested more in the offensive line, and are Justin Fields and or Matt Eberflus on the hot seat? We're going to get into all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
Another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. C-Dub, Bobby, Haize, we all in the building today. We're going to break down the topics. It's Wacky Wednesday. Fellas, I don't know about y'all, man, but I'm tired of the Bears losing. We got the Kansas City Chiefs coming in town this week, man, and I already know, man. It's going to be a long game, man, but the Bears have been struggling on both sides of the ball. I wanted to talk a little bit about where the offense and the defense rank amongst the NFL. So just with in points per game, the Chicago Bears rank 22nd, in passing offense 25th, in rushing offense 22nd, and overall total offense 27th. And then red zone scoring, they actually ranked 7th in the NFL at 66.6%. How you guys feeling about those offensive rankings? Just to you throw that in as well, Justin Fields has already been sacked 10 times this season. How you guys feeling?
It's very sad, disappointing, underwhelming. This team should be much better with the additions that we made this offseason with Chase Claypool from last season. He actually had, I think, a good game last game compared to the first game. You got DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Roschon Johnson, and Khalil Herbert. We definitely should be way better than this in the 27 rank. I think it starts with Justin Fields, and I just think I'll just get on that at another time. I'm just saying I'm gonna be real depressed, and it's underwhelming, bro. Go ahead, nephew.
I mean, it's what it's very disappointing for this reason right here is because all the hype coming in. But then after watching two games, you see why there are miscues because these players are telling us that there are miscues. The coaches are telling us that the wide receivers are not getting spacing. You got plays to where you got double hitches or double sticks in the same area, and Justin Fields doesn't even know what he should do because these guys are not all on the same page. You got your offensive coordinator who runs pretty much the same sequence after a good first drive. The guy is it's all jacked up right now. So I'm really not that surprised at these numbers if you're looking at what the team is looking like. Really, I mean, honestly, they should be better. Especially with some of the missed throws, some of the drop passes that you see from some of the players. And what's really surprising is the low ranking in the running game because that should have been our identity heading into this season, especially when you consider how dynamic we was in that sector of the offense last season. So, and then it just all falls back to what the hell our offensive play call is thinking. Because if you've seen in the first half of the last game, we hitting some nice, getting some nice gains on some runs, and then in the second half, the game is not out of reach. You know what I'm saying? And they just abandon everything that they've done well. Start going back to last season. That's what's the most disappointing thing to me because it don't make sense, bro. It just don't make sense.
You know what? Go ahead, Haize. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I agree 100% with Bobby. One of the most concerning things about this is how we were the number one rushing attack in the league last year. How the hell we fall all the way to 22nd? Yes, David Montgomery left, but I think we did a pretty damn good job replacing him with Deontay Foreman, and Roschon Johnson looks like an absolute monster. Like the lack of originality from this offense is the thing that's concerning because like you can have all the talent in the world, but if you're going to run the same sequences over and over again, anybody can figure that out. That's like spamming ass man. I know we make the joke about that's what Matt Nagy did, but like the offense is so simplistic with this, and even if you want to say it's because to protect Justin Fields or anything, it's unacceptable how shitty this offense looks on a consistent basis, bro.
And I think it starts here. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Egos in the NFLs is some of the biggest egos, especially when it comes to the offensive coordinators or defensive coordinators. Justin Fields is not Tom Brady. Justin Fields is not Aaron Rodgers, especially. Um, this looks like a Green Bay offense when I look at it. Uh, I just think you need to let Justin Fields be himself. You need to get him out on the perimeter. That doesn't mean he do that every play, but he can be in the pocket sometimes. But we're not using his greatest asset, which is his legs. He is the most dangerous quarterback in the NFL using his legs. He had 3 rushing yards last game. That's crazy. That's like going hunting and don't use your gun. You're just throwing rocks at the deer. You're just throwing rocks. Leave your
That's
gun
a
on the
hell of an
back.
analogy, my guy, but accurate. Like, do you guys think that we should get last season we saw as the season went on, they had more design runs for Justin Fields.
I,
Do you think that it's time to start integrating more design runs for Justin Fields in this offense again?
I don't understand why would you go away from it. Like if you're looking at bro, like I'm not saying like we know just about every league. If some team's doing something good, it's gonna be a copycat league. Just look at the Philadelphia Eagles. They went to the Super Bowl and they still came out in their first 2 games and said, "Hey, Jalen Hurts, go get them yards, boy." Like we ain't gonna run you and try to run you to the ground, and we hope that you protect yourself and slide or get out of bounds. But we still gonna call up some plays to get you running. But Haize, when you talk about originality, one thing stood out to me is when you like in the offseason, you was like, you brought up a very good point. Bro, what would a formation look like with Justin Fields, Khalil Herbert, and Roshan Johnson in the backfield for opposing defenses?
Yeah.
Still ain't seen it. Andy Reid has been in the league forever, before I was even born.
Yeah.
And he's still coming out with new things every single year. And you like, damn, I didn't even know you can come up with some type of scheme like that. I'm not saying that Luke Gessie has to be creative as him, but bro, can you retain some of the things that work and then add on to build different looks for opposing defenses?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, bro.
It seems
Crazy.
like you're gonna run the offense my way or the highway. I think it's just a setup for failure. You're not gonna let Justin Fields be himself. So he couldn't run my offense. I didn't adjust to him. He couldn't run my offense. Got to get rid of him. Bring me somebody in here that can run my offense. You build your offense around your quarterback, bro.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they gotta figure it out, man. You got them weapons. You did some stuff with the offensive line, but right now, I think even the most optimistic Bears fans realizes this shit ain't working. It's just not working. Whatever it is, it's not working. And so you got to try to find an answer to that. You got to try to improve. And right now, with what we're seeing from the team, it don't look like those improvements are coming, and that's another problem. So
Facts.
let's see. But as bad as those offensive numbers were, let's talk about these defensive numbers, man. Points allowed, 31st in the NFL, averaging 32.5 points per game. Passing defense, 27th, allowing 277 yards per game. Rushing defense, actually better than I was expecting, 16th, averaging 106 yards per game. Total defense, 29th, averaging 383 yards allowed per game. And the third down conversion, 31st. We're allowing 54.8% on third down conversions this season.
It's just awful, especially when you think about the passing defense. We thought that we would have a decent defensive backfield. We do have injuries to Kyler Gordon. We lost him in the first game. Eddie Jackson, we lost him in the second game, and Brisker, he was in and out. It's just disappointing. Ain't no excuses, is what it is. We can't. 16th that's just crazy and amazing to me. We couldn't stop a goal last year when it came to running the ball, but I guess that's pretty good. We can hang our hat on that. But third down is the most egregious to us. We can't get off the field, bro. I don't matter what it is. It could be 3rd and 1. It could be 3rd and 5. It could be 3rd and 15. They give it up. Third down is just killing the Chicago Bears, bro. They can get to third down, but they can't stop a soul on third down, bro.
Facts. And the man, the defense is and that's the problem. Your head coach got hired because he was great at being a defensive coordinator, and that should be something you shore up immediately. Look at the defensive head coaches around the league. Just to name a few, look at Mike Tomlin, defensive head coach. Look at his defense. Sean McDermott with Buffalo Bills. Look at his defense. Look at Robert Saleh. Had a bad game this past weekend, but look at his defense with New York. Eberflus, this your second season. You still can't get the defense figured out. And then I think the biggest disappointment for me is the defensive backfield, because I thought that they had something that they could build on, because at one point last season we was top 10 with a bad run game. It was crazy. And then last point, man, it sucks because they let Mike Evans break off $171. And then in week 1, they let Aaron Jones break off 86 yards. and they giving up big plays,
monster plays,
not tackling. It's just
tackling. Oh my God.
The tackling of this team is piss poor, bro.
Yep.
Bro. Just the simplest things, bro. The fundamental. What the hell is a hits? I don't even want to hear that no more. The hits principle, bro. Now let me ask y'all a question though. Does their experience? See, we got a first time. You know, this is second year. Lou Getsy and Alan Williams. That's their like second year being in charge of a defense, in charge of an offense, and also a second year for a head coach. It's the experience, like a major. That's a disadvantage, bro. I just think they're getting outplayed every game. The coaches outcoached every game.
Well, Luke Getsy for sure, because as we talked about, Luke Getsy ain't, like, if anything, his play calling has gotten worse in the second year so far, bro. But you got to keep in mind, Matt Eberflus was the one calling the plays and it didn't look no different than when Alan Williams was calling it, bro.
Yeah. I would say they tried to bring more pressure with Flus, but at the same time,
that was
still the same results. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think honestly, I think the end to their season last year was better than what's been on display. Like you said, they were able to adjust. You'd be like, oh snap, they back in this game, they fighting. Oh, but then you know how they all ended. Where's that mindset at? You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of, it sucks.
You know what? I don't see certain players having fun on the field. I don't see Justin Fields having fun. I don't see DJ Moore having fun. That's important when you playing the game.
These niggas ain't earned the right to have fun. So I don't care if I don't see them having fun.
That's a problem.
But no energy either.
That's
like
you
the
get your
energy is definitely a problem.
Yeah, the energy is non-existent. And like, and that's the one thing that I wanted more out of from Justin Fields is he's a stoic guy. He gonna remain even keeled. But once you make big plays and you see things, you gotta pipe up a little bit to feed the energy in the team. And then it got to be on the coaches too. What the hell are we preaching in the locker room? Because everybody knows, C-Dub, you hooped for a very long time. If your coach called up some bull jive and you like this offensive play ain't gonna work. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna be that confident going out there. They know them plays.
No. Oh, they know.
We running this screenplay again
3 times in a row.
This the third time, Luke. This the third time, Luke. Come on, bro. Ain't nobody gonna be hyped up.
Man, I don't want to accuse nobody, but he might be a saboteur.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
My goodness, 3 times?
Bro.
Come on, dude.
That man came over here from Green Bay and it was like, we need you to sabotage Justin Fields. Like, whatever you do. Just sabotage his ass. He was like, bet, say less. But the thing with the defense that's concerning for me is that we spent money on the defense. We spent draft capital on the defense. We spent a lot. And to me right now, that defense it seems like you're going to have individual games from players like TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds had, big statistical games last week. But like, to me, it feels like every facet of that defense is operating on its own. And there's no synergy right now between the defense as a whole.
That's
absolutely
perfect. Mm-hmm. When we look at these plays, it's always one piece of the defense doing something great, and the other facet of the defense let the whole thing down. That is correct.
That is
bro.
Spot on. I ain't got to add to that because that was great analysis.
That was great.
Everybody know, man. If you play football, Pop 1 or Pee Wee, you playing both sides of the ball, and the only way it's gonna work is if everybody doing their damn job.
Yeah, it ain't basketball. It ain't tennis. It ain't baseball when it's a 1-on-1. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was perfect. Clip it.
Yeah. They got to work on it, bro. Like, they got to work on getting this team all on the same page, because right now I know we got some major injuries. I know we got major pieces that, aren't going to be back soon or whatever. But this defense has to get on the page where I don't know if it's them not trusting each other. I don't know if it's them and not having the number of snaps together yet, the continuity not being there, and if it's going to be one of those things that we don't really see all clicking until a month or so into the season. But like, just watch, because you guys know I'm a defense guy, right? I kept what I've been talking about all season. I can't wait to see the Bears be the monsters of the midway again. Like,
Yep.
and so like watching this defense, it really just seems like it's just not all clicking together at the same time, and you have no trust on your offensive line, which then puts the secondary on their heels. The secondary hasn't been playing to the way that I expect, and then the linebacking core. Here's what I'll say, man. Like, outside of TJ Edwards, he's probably the one that's been the most consistent. And I got to call out Tremaine Edmonds in this as well, bro. Like, Tremaine, I haven't seen the PFF grade for week 2 yet, but Tremaine Edmonds, he got a lot of tackles, and that's great. But we saw Roquan do that. To me, Tremaine Edmonds has left a lot to be desired in his tackling, in his pass defense, and his coverage. And then, like, also, it just seems like he's a step. Like, it seems like he's a step. So I watched so much of his highlights when we signed him, but it just does not seem like he has that same get up and go that he had last year, bro. I don't know what it is. Man.
You think that's the belief in the system, or is it just like he getting into shape? I would like to say after this, I want to ask you guys a question. Preseason just got more valuable. I don't think a lot of Chicago Bears played in the preseason. And a lot of teams in the NFL, you look around, the teams that you think should be good, they're pretty bad right now, but you can probably note that they're going to be better later on. So preseason's got more important to me. And also, I wanted to ask you, what is more important to get fixed, the offensive side of the defense? And I will add this before you answer, that we actually had a chance to win the game last week.
Yes, we did.
They only had 20 points. They should have won that game. What do y'all think is most important to fix?
I think you got to fix your offense, because your defense gave you opportunities. It wasn't a perfect game, but your defense gave you opportunities to go drive down the field and score and take the lead for a chance to win the game.
Yep.
The defense, they bend a lot last guy's game, but they definitely got some stops. So I think the major key is you got to get this. You got to be able to make plays, big plays, TFLs, bat downs, interception, forced fumbles. All that stuff provides energy in the defense, and that stuff leaks over into the offense. And the same thing can be said vice versa. The offense, you got to hit your passes, you got to hit your big runs. When Roshan Johnson trucking people like that, like he did in Green Bay, that's supposed to ignite a whole entire team. Like, oh,
yeah.
Like, bruh, is everybody? I say the whole team out of sync, and it's a problem.
Yeah. I would definitely say that offense got to get it together, because to Bobby's point, like, the defense did enough for us to win that game. You got to keep in mind, they got timely stops. Did they get stops the whole game? No. But after the Bears scored that last touchdown and the Packers got into range to score, the defense stepped up and held them to a field goal like they needed them to.
Yeah.
And so, when your defense is doing enough, like I said, I think on the live call, they had the bend but don't break mentality, right? They had their struggles, but when we needed them to make a stop, they did it. The offense couldn't come out. Like, the offense couldn't get it done. So I think right now you need to get your offense going, because I think while the defense still has its growth that it needs to do, I think that the defense could get you enough to be in position to win a football game. But if you can't score the football yourself, it don't matter how many stops the defense
have a fucking chance,
because they're gonna have to keep up Sunday, or it's gonna get ugly.
Oh, bro,
keep up.
You had Baker Mayfield looking like Brett Favre out there. What you think Patrick Mahomes about to do to
you? You already know.
And I'll tell you what, Tyreek Stevenson, bro. I don't like Baker Mayfield picked on that young man, bro. He saw that dude
2.0.
Bro, he got all the smoke in the first quarter. Every pass went to him. Every single one. All the smoke.
Yeah. Andy Reid saw that and was like, bingo.
What is Andy gonna do to the young boy?
Tony by the eat.
Oh, we good with him trying to catch the ball. Shit.
But with that said, though, we got to talk. So we all agree that the offense has to really get in gear, right? And the question is now arisen, and I played a voicemail on yesterday's daily on that. Maybe Ryan Poles should have spent more on the offensive line. We know we got Nate Davis, who the jury's still out on Nate Davis right now. We can't really write that story yet, but like, should the Bears, even though they drafted Darnell Wright, I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at the All 22.
He been
Darnell
killing.
Wright played good.
Yeah.
He played
Mhm.
good, bro. It wasn't
Two
the
straight
rookie.
games.
He had his normal rookie mistakes, but he played good. But should Ryan Poles had invested more as far as veterans on that offensive line? What do you guys think?
I don't want to go into revisionist history, but I did say we probably needed a young center to grow with Justin Fields, but we have what we have. And they have not been performing as 10 sacks is it's just we're gonna kill a kid. How the kid gonna make it through the season, get sacked 5 times a game? It's just not possible. I know we haven't been whole. All Tevin Jenkins has been missing the whole entire season. I think he won't be back to possibly week 6, week 7.
Yeah.
Mr. Nate Davis, he missed this last game. I would say the pocket's been looking better than last year. I'll tell you that, but it's still underwhelming. Of course, he should have did something better. He should have invested more, but we can't. We got what we got now. We got what we got.
I mean, me personally, I look at it from a perspective of the he's been investing in it, but I don't think that just throwing money at veteran players was gonna get the job done, because we still looking at a team like the Bengals. They invested a lot of money in their offensive line, and they still got some trouble over there too.
A lot of
So
trouble.
I would like to yes, bring in some veterans, but you also still need to be able to coach guys up for the future. Look how long the Dallas Cowboys offensive line has been great, because they built that offensive line through the draft, developed that offensive line, and look how long that offensive line has been in place since Tony Romo was there. And that offensive line was able to carry on to Dak Prescott, and now they still running right now. So I understand, like, we want the veterans, stuff like that, but I say you do a nice mix, you know what I'm saying? But I think one thing is for sure. I think the Bears, they need to stop playing themselves. And Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick, yeah, they performed well last game. But I would say you got a young guy in Tyree Carter who can perform better than Whitehair at the left guard in the meantime. And then we got to figure out the center spot. I wish they would have drafted John Michael Smith, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is when it comes to that. I think they're going to find this. And keep in mind, too, Doug Kramer, who's out, he's on injury reserve as well. He went out with Tevin Jenkins. I do think that they look very highly at Doug Kramer as well. But, like, it's easy to say when you're struggling, oh, let's just go out and spend more money. But, like, how sustainable is that, right?
Yep.
Had they went out and signed, for example, Orlando Brown Jr., right? Cool. But then I think you got to also keep in mind that would have changed some of the things on what else you can do around the team. And I really don't look at one offensive lineman as good as Orlando Brown Jr. was last season, because he was amazing, the best offensive lineman probably in the game of football last season. I don't think that it changes enough for this Bears team to where it makes sense spending that amount of money at one position.
Agreed.
Yo, any guys on that line that you guys are set with? Is it just the 2 tackles on the end? Are you guys cool with Braxton?
I'm cool with Braxton. I believe he'll come out of that. And I did love Tyree Carter filling in at the right guard. I believe he had a solid game. And the pocket, they were better this week. And I think that just comes with, with time. But it's gonna be hard when you still got guys not being there. That's what's gonna make it hard.
I'll just add really quick. Justin is in. He's the reason for like a third of those sacks for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, half. No, half. Half of the sacks came from
okay.
Definitely.
For sure. He's definitely a reason.
But I will say this, like I agree. Tyree Carter, I like every time. It seems like he gets better every time I see him, and it seems like he really is learning. And I like how they can use him. Darnell Wright, he's solidified. I really already 2 weeks in. I feel like he's fixing a lot of the rookie mistakes, and I think by the end of the season we're gonna realize we got a damn good guy in Darnell Wright. And I think people are forgetting too. We're missing statistically our best offensive lineman from last season in Tevin Jenkins. I really do think the absence of Tevin Jenkins is a big part of what we're feeling from this team. On top of like Nate Davis not being there throughout training camp and not having that continuity, but I think when you miss the player that has been there in Tevin Jenkins and we've seen grow and develop over these 3 years, it really puts a highlight on how much we're missing Jenkins right now.
Agreed.
Agreed. Man.
Agreed.
Let's put Dan Feeney at center. Damn, put him in the center.
Hey, bro.
Put him in fucking center.
The
We'll
mullet of the
see.
Midwest, man. Shout out to
Put
him.
him in, bro.
Mullet man.
I
Mullet
bet you he
man.
gonna come with energy, man. You can't
Hey,
wear a
listen.
mullet.
You can't have
wear
a mullet and not bring
on.
energy, bro.
You
Like,
know
have you ever met somebody with a mullet that didn't have energy, bro?
that ain't turned up, bro. Come on.
Facts.
Like, so with that said, let's
Except
get
if you go to a little village, that's a different time.
that's different people, bro. That's completely different
type
people.
of energy.
You got different things going on there. Last topic for today, though, are Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus, is it time that maybe they start being on the hot seat? I talked about during the live call in the post game show the fact that when your team has potentially two number one pick, first round picks, and it's a quarterback deep draft, there are potentially 3 or 4 quarterbacks that could be NFL ready in this upcoming draft? Or do you think that it's a thing where Ryan Poles, who talks so much about always being in evaluation mode, could it be Matt Eberflus being on the hot seat? What do you guys think?
I think Eberflus is primarily on the hot seat, but you know what he's gonna do? There's a scapegoat, and that scapegoat is Justin Fields. Justin Fields will be the blame of this. They will get rid of him. Go and get that kid from USC or whoever they gonna get, Shador or whoever.
No,
and he won't.
Please keep Shador off my team, bro.
You don't like Shador?
I don't.
Shador
like
is a baller. I'm telling you right now. Look,
Shador gonna be the black Johnny Manziel, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Right. But I think Justin Fields is shaping up to be the scapegoat. If somebody gotta go, is it gonna be the head coach or your starting quarterback? They gonna blame the starting quarterback. I don't have my quarterback to lead this team. I don't have my quarterback. He can't run the offense. He can't read the offense. He can't go through his progressions. He's the scapegoat. Justin Fields is my answer.
I mean, I look at it like that, but I feel like the Bears, they should be looking at the in totality and the leaders of the team. Look at how bad your defense is from your defensive head coach. Look how bad your offense is. If you like Ryan Poles, you went out and got I forgot who he signed, but he was like, when he brought in Yannick Ngakoue. Bears fans, I heard y'all say we needed another edge. Yeah, I don't think he hearing that fire to Lou Gatsby stuff. Man, look, the way I'm playing it, honestly, I don't know which way the Bears will take this whole thing. But we did see the New York Giants give Daniel Jones another chance with an offensive coach because the owners liked him. They like Daniel Jones, so they said, we're going to give you an offensive coach to give you one more shot. I don't know how the Bears feel about it. I do know Kevin Warren has some type of relationship with Justin Fields. He's known him for a while, so there's something there. But I do know Kevin Warren. He's a no-nonsense guy. He'll get your ass up out of there. And I would say you got to look at how the players responding to, you know what I'm saying, a coach. And right as of right now, through 12 losses in a row, the players not responding.
Nope. Yeah.
That's coaching.
Yep. And I say
this
before
go
you
either
go.
way. It can go either way.
Virginia McCaskey don't know who the hell Justin Fields is. That's for sure.
So we'll see. I think even
Here's what I'll
go ahead though.
Here's what I'll say. I think that I love that you brought up Kevin Warren, Bobby, as well, because Kevin Warren came in. I think right now he's focused a lot on the new stadium, which I understand, but I don't overlook the fact that with the way that this team's performing, Kevin Warren's gonna come in and he's gonna be like, "Hey, Pose, bro, we gotta holler. Let me holler at you." And I think when it comes down to it, when you have a head coach that can't excel at the thing they came in to do, and that's defense, it puts a highlight on that head coach, because then you have to start asking yourself are you the right guy? Because he can have the scapegoat on, well, I'm not an offensive guy, so let's fire the offensive coordinator. Cool. But what are you doing to develop these defensive pieces, right? What are you doing to excel as a defense? And that's how we need to evaluate Matt Eberflus. And if Ryan Poles looks at that and says, hey, listen, offense, okay, we know it's Getsy. Getsy's out of here anyway. Let's just say that that's the case. But now I'm looking at you. What have you done with this defense, right? I got you veterans. I got you young, talented players. And it's going to come down to, in Ryan Poles' evaluation, does he look at it and say, this is something where I feel like I drafted the right guys, but they are not put in the right positions or have the system that's going to make them thrive? Or does Ryan Poles look at it and say, all right, maybe I missed on these draft picks. Let's go out and get some different guys. If Ryan Poles in his evaluation says, no, the guys I drafted are good, you not doing the system right, Eberflus get up out of there.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
Because like the way I look at it is like, yes, we see these college coaches, college players, these college quarterbacks, they look phenomenal in college, but sometimes that doesn't always pan out in the NFL. So a lot of things you will have to consider. And then if you do keep Eberflus around and you do draft a new quarterback, who the hell developing? Who's developing the quarterback? Because Luke Getsy can't get the best out of Justin Fields. So you're going to trust a rookie to come and lean on Luke Getsy? It wouldn't make sense. It got to be Flus and his coaching staff first.
Yep. That's what I would say. And the only thing that could change all that is if Ryan Poles and if one of these college quarterbacks looks so amazing to Poles where he just is like, listen, these guys are head and shoulders above what I think Justin Fields could be. That's what could change it also. And, we don't know what Poles' mindset is when it comes to these quarterbacks. I tell you what, the quarterback in Notre Dame is looking damn good. Yeah. But I don't know if Ryan Poles is going to look at that and say, all right, he's that much better than what I'm expecting that Justin Fields could be able to be. And so because of that, I do think that if we have another 3-14 season, I'm going to go on record right now. Either Matt Eberflus or Justin Fields will not be back next season.
I agree with that.
That'd be
one of them are not coming back.
110%.
If you go 3-14 in consecutive seasons,
that's unprecedented. We don't do that in Chicago. I don't remember this. That we ever had back-to-back like trash ass seasons, like 3. Wait, Mark Trestman, where did we go? Did we go like?
Nah. We went horrible for real. Because you definitely can't do that back-to-back season, especially when you was, a team that was supposed to at least have 7 wins. You know what I'm saying? You can't get 7.
They should easily get 7 wins, bro, with the talent on this team, bro. I just think the strategy, and you got to get Justin Fields right. You could have been 1-1 right now, bro. All you needed is a field goal at least a field goal.
Could have been. So, we'll end up seeing anything left, fellas, before we get up out of here.
Everybody buck up, man. We going to the next week. It's gonna get back. We going against the Chiefs. We'll see.
We just hope it's competitive. We're gonna be right here, still doing our thing, turned up. Justin Fields, my guy, you got until November. That's it.
Damn, November. Damn,
Jesus. Damn, Bobby, ready to chop heads off. But I understand it,
I'm
man.
Be cool. You got until November. Can
he get past Thanksgiving game?
Yeah. Because in Thanksgiving, it's gonna be some games, and I believe they're gonna be more winnable. Because I definitely want to see him against the Broncos. I think that's a winnable game. We don't know if they're gonna win, but it's winnable. We'll see.
We'll see, man. I just want to see better from this team, and let's hope that I'll tell you what, and I guarantee you, if the Bears can find a way to win against the Kansas City Chiefs, a lot of Bears fans. It's going to turn on this, like they're going to turn around where they stand right now, and let's see what the team can do, man. We'll preview that game later on in the week, but overall, man, if there's nothing left, guys, all I'll say is thank you guys for tuning in. Oh no, Bobby, you send this off, man, because I'll be missing shit.
It's all good. Make sure you hit me on Uncle Bo Shabua's podcast, and y'all already know, hit my man's Haize up on all social media platforms at CEO Haize. Bear down, baby.
There you go. It's about to be just beard because I'm not shaving again for the rest of the year. That's what I'm doing.
Yes,
like the beard about to be redunculous. With that said, man, you guys can follow us collectively at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, 773-242-9336. We're the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Chi-Town up, bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.